everybody. Whilst Phil is away still in UK working to try and save whatever's left of our business out there, and I'm trying to help him by working remotely here, of course, I thought I'd put together a little short video about all the projects I've been getting on here at the Chateau. So hopefully you enjoyed this, but before this video begins, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to our patrons, anyone who bought us a coffee, everyone that shares our YouTube video, to anyone out there on any social media. Thank you ever so much for trying to help us to grow the channel. Every little bit helps. And also for anyone who is actually commenting and liking as well, that really helps as well and lets us know we're doing something right. And your support really does mean a lot to us. And before the video also begins, I just wanted to ask you all if you can spare a little bit more time and watch the ads. That would help us a lot, rather than clicking skip them, because the extra little bit of revenue that does generate really does help us in this difficult time. And also Phil wanted to pass a little shout out and invitation. If anyone is out in London and wants to meet him for a coffee, a quick chat and stuff like that, meet in person, he is around Canada Water, Tower Bridge, London Bridge area, all of that. So leave a comment. He will be reading the comments and watching, and he'll be able to meet you guys. Anyways, let's move on to the video and enjoy. I hope you like it. One of the last painting jobs that I have here on the sun terrace is painting the tables, meaning this coffee table and the huge table over there. I've got also a little one, which is a new addition that Phil has made many years ago. So the problem I have here is the previous paint is flaking rather badly because it's exposed to the sun so much. So I thought, rather than sanding by hand, which I can do really, and I would usually do, but because the size of the table and then the coffee table, I thought I speed up the job and use a orbital sander, which I have here. Phil has stolen this off me, but it's excellent because it rotates and it goes up and down smoothly a little bit, and it'll make the job a lot quicker and make the surface smooth and primed for the paint to go on. So this will speed up the job. So let's get on with that now, yeah? So here it is finished. It's much better, but there are deep areas where the sander couldn't get to it because it's uneven and warped. So I plan to use one of two tools that I have here. So these, you must always have these. These are really multi-purpose. These are great. So you can either go like this, it depends, and it pretty much gets loose paint off. That's easy. Or we can use one of these to loosen. So it depends. We just have to have a look how it works. I probably end up using both of them, but I'll start with the bigger one. Now this one's good because it's got what do you call it? Is it like scalloped edge or something like that? Anyway, so it probably will work better because it'll get right underneath it. Yeah, see? That's brilliant. So I'll do that now and then sand it quickly on top again. So that's finished and done with, and we are ready to just dust off before we paint up. So you must always have a trusty dusting brush with you. This is a pretty big size one that I've literally dedicated for dusting. You must have this in your toolbox. It's so useful for so many projects that you will be working with, so that you can prep them clean. Get some cobwebs off, you know, spiders, dirt, dust, you know, loose things. It's just absolutely brilliant. You must have this. Definitely dedicate a brush. All right, so that's brilliant. I think I'll put some wood primer, given how hot and scorching this area is usually. I think the wood dehydrates a lot because It's also heavily used, so we do spill things on it. So let's do that. Just using a regular wood primer. It has a typical color in white, which is what I have. It's nice and thick. Let's go for it. And then later on, I'll paint it the same blue color, and then I'll marine varnish it, which I haven't done before, because it's quite expensive here in France, and we finally managed to get some. So they're being delivered here, which is going to be brilliant because it's a lot stronger than normal varnish top coat, even for external use. Because you got to think, marine, there's so much salty water and, you know, strong elements in the water that can ruin a boat's paint. So it's the best stuff to use. And you guys said a lot for us to use this, so you know we've gone for that, down that option now. So thanks for that, for all the comments, guys. It really does help with suggestions, ideas, and just generally mind browsing of what to do. So this coffee table is done now. All I have to do is wait for it to dry. I'm going to crack on with the huge table that we have here, but I'm not going to show you that because you get the gist, really and truly. Instead, I thought I'll talk to you about these tools and why they are so useful, and you should have them because A, they are cheap, so I think there's no really excuse to not have them in your toolbox. Now, to start with, you saw me using a scraper. This is a good old-fashioned one, but to be honest, I'd go for this, and it's simply because I couldn't locate it earlier, which is why I didn't bring it out. But why this is good, it also has these scalloped edges, just like this one has, so but wider area, which is better. It also great for opening tin cans. So say this edge you can use to open the paint, because what I currently use is this, and that's before I purchased this one. And I guess you always have this around, and it's a bit like flat blade screwdriver, but thicker and wider. So it's really, really easy, and it's actually literally meant for that. And the other side, well, I guess you can pop your beers open. So it's really, really useful. Anyways, so that aside, because it doesn't take much space, that's why I like it. I still have it, but this is excellent because, okay, so on this side, you've got this metal part, which you usually sort of bang nails in if you need to, or otherwise you use this section, yeah, to pull nails out. So when you are doing furniture and something, or removing wallpaper, whatever, you can just flick it off, and that's kind of easy. And now this rounded section is literally for cleaning out and removing the excess paint on rollers back into the tin can, because otherwise you end up washing forever and ever. And then obviously this is for brushes, so this is how I remove my excess paint from that. And as you can see, it's ribbed type of thing, which is really, really useful. I'm not sure what this is, but historically on tin can openers it's a bit like opening things. But anyways, yeah, even this section on the back is scalloped, you see here, as well as here. So it depends, you can get into really tight corners. So this is an excellent all-round, and it's got a nice rubber grip. So this is around a £5, euros or pounds, and I'm sure dollars will be around the same. It's inexpensive, but it's so useful. So this is my sort of go-to, but I couldn't locate it earlier, as I say. Now, moving on to the brushes. These are really cheap. They work out to be one each, so £3, €3, whatever. They are different strengths. So this one's a plastic one, and I've marked it, it's for mold. So if you've got mold and you're thinking of painting, so you can remove that first, and obviously treat the mildew with like special chemical to kill it, and then you'll be ready for painting. So this removes anything that's
loose and soft. To be honest, I found it really great for cleaning as well around the areas, so that's excellent. The next one is for rust. Now this one's metal, but I guess maybe it's aluminium or something, I don't know, but it's still soft. And yeah, this is great for rust, as I named it here. So that's what I do. It kind of lasts light rust, not anything heavy duty. And then this last one is paint. You see, it's a lot harder than the rust one. Well, I think anyways, but I think it's a lot dense as well, so that's good for removing paint and flaking paint and stuff like that. And I guess prepping little areas, so if you're doing something ornamental, that's really good because a sanding paper cannot get to it. So I'll put all of these into our usual painting painting and decorating section of the Amazon shop if you guys want to get it, because it's really excellent. Now about the sanding machine, this one I purchased, it was about 50 or something. I mean, they're various prices, and this one's a good brand. It can handle it, and this is like a dust catching section, so that's always handy. It's pretty inexpensive, the pads, and it's only on and off buttons on here, and there's varying speed, but all it does is it goes round and round, and it also goes a bit up and down, and it kind of like sometimes wants to go the other direction, so you never really know which direction it's going to go, which is what makes it unique, the oscillating feature, because then there is no circle marks on your sort of paintwork or anything like that, so it really smooths it out. So this is a good one to have, definitely, I think, in your toolbox. This is especially for paint, when we're painting things. We also use this if we are plastering something, so we need something smoothed out. I mean, it's really varying, and it's really great. So it's inexpensive, and I guess for bigger jobs this would be a great idea, or if you do a lot of furniture. But maybe for every day you would just end up with the manual things because you wouldn't do it as much, and then end up having those sanding sponges that I showed in one of my last videos, which are really excellent. Anyways, all of that is in the paint and decorating section of the Amazon shop, so check out the description for the links and go and check it out. All the tools are there that we always use in the videos, and I always try and show you new tools and why it's a great idea to have them, mainly because they are inexpensive and also so useful to complete the project easily and quickly. I hope that's useful to you guys to get your projects underway and have good luck with that. All right, so let me get on with that, and I'll see you back when this is ready and finished, all of them. Alright, so it's all finished now and dry. It's been days. I'm going to show you how the patio is looking now. There's definitely progress, so I'm really pleased. So here's a little small little coffee table that I did that Phil has made years and years ago. I love how shiny and wet the paint looks. It's incredible. The coffee table is obviously done, which is a nice addition. It's for the sofas, not for that, so it's for somewhere else. And of course the table is looking great. Look at that. Look at that wetness. It's really, really great. So that is now matching. Oh, let's go and take a look at those stools. I've painted, they've dried. Obviously they match this faucet that I did earlier. But yeah, lovely and shiny. So I'm really pleased, but I'm not quite finished yet because there was a set of table and chairs that Phil was gluing, if you recall in one of the episodes before. And unfortunately, obviously, he had to dash away, and he did manage to make a bit of progress when he did come back for like 2 days return. So I'll be finishing those up. That's going to be my next thing. And then the patio is finished with, and I can move on with the rest of the furniture, perhaps indoors, because the weather looks like it's going to turn. So I better start planning my projects for inside. And a quick little update here on the patio where I'm working away. We've got beautiful tomatoes plants that erupted from these flower planters. That was simply the compost that I added, so I shan't be doing that again, but given that we had no events, I decided to leave the plants in and well, let me pick them and then they can ripen indoors for longer. But this is brilliant, you know, nature has its way and it gives you a little silver lining sometimes, so I'm really pleased with that. It's pretty good. Simple things really.